Welcome back. Have the average, kind of a little bit below average on both the dollar amount and the quantity. So it's 9 today, 9 going out for 209. Nothing really spectacular, exciting. Some sell similars yesterday. And before I really get started on any of this, I'm going to touch base on something that I'm going to make a longer video on. The primary of what this is going to be about, not falling for the resellers on Facebook, on Instagram. I don't use Instagram, but you click one of those reels and I'll take you to an Instagram. And you'll see an item like, oh, I got this at the thrift store for $6. It sold for 190. Don't show the sale. You click on anything on their profile or the reel or anything, and you go to the link tree, which will take you to a bunch of links. There's no direct anything to an eBay. And this is only eBay. There could be Posh, there could be Mercari, there could be Amazon, there could be all these other ones, right? I'm only looking at eBay because that's what I know. No link to an eBay. They constantly purport like, oh, that's I sell on eBay. And then you look, there's nothing on eBay. Then you have to watch a couple videos and they actually track down that item and look it up and all this other stuff just to eventually find their profile. And it's 2 years old. They have 112 things listed. They sold 15 things, but they have 100 videos. The biggest thing is about these videos is what they do. This is just an example. Oh, well, I just found this at the thrift store for $6. Man, I'm going to listen. I'm going to sell it for 150. This is like I'm trying to, without being loud, be the monster truck rally, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. I'm trying to have that kind of voice, but I don't want to yell, kind of a bigger person. And then they put the item down and they never buy it. Because it's easier to just be like, oh, sweet, look at this cool thing that I just found for $5. I'm going to put it up on eBay for $100 and I'm going to, and it's not listed because they never bought it. It's easier to just not buy things and save money than it is to actually buy things that can sell. Fake people. And if you go to a comment from yesterday's video, some guy, some Jersey something or Carolina, whatever his name is, Philly. And I hope you're listening. Because lying is not going to get you anywhere. You just kept lying and kept lying and kept lying and kept getting caught. And then you completely blocked me from the page after calling you out. Cool. I don't care. Your lying isn't paying me. And then I decided, because I already had, what was it? I think it was a football. I want to say it was a football or something. And I found the football listed, just matched up the pictures. Because when I asked for a screenshot of recent sales or a screenshot or a link to their store, you didn't send a link. They answered like 8 different times in that thread. Everything they possibly could to do to avoid sending me a link to their store. Everything. Even a screenshot. Everything they possibly could. Eventually they send me a screenshot of sales. Hit F11, makes it full screen. Hit Windows print screen. Now you have a screenshot and you can go into Paint 3D or Paint or whichever and just kind of mark out some of the specific information. Anything. But you had to fucking lie. Over and over again. I call you out on that. And then I message the person that had that football. I was trying to tell you that if you're going to report on this information, you might want to tell the fucking truth. And you do, and you, this Philly, whoever, in the vast majority of these other people, this is why this topic needs a lot longer video. The primary is of that video would be avoid those people that are selling courses or extra apps. There's people that think one's called like Seller Wise or something like that. If you're so versed in eBay, you shouldn't be having to have to grift off of reels on Instagram and Facebook and post fake sales. And another prime example that I will bring up in that video is when I called someone out for saying that they sold a chalet glass, Canada glass item. They had this little Instagram thing or whatever, like, oh, I sold this chalet for $600. And another page shared that. When I called the person out who said that they sold at $600, and I said it's not real, woo, did they do everything they could possible to completely skirt around the truth. I call them out so bad that they said, oh, Chalet bought. Chalet, the company. Which happens. I've had companies buy things that I have of theirs. A couple books, actually, which is weird. They wrote that a collector in the Chalet Canadian glass artwork or whatever in a large collector group, Chalet, the company, bought that mushroom from them for $600, which is roughly going price for that rough item, but it was fake. Bought it from them, got it, put it in a picture, and wrote an article about it. So they sent me the picture. I reverse Google searched that picture. That picture took me straight to a Chalet website. And then I went directly on now that picture, got into the inspect element, and the inspect element says that picture originated from a 2008 Facebook post. As soon as I pointed that out, boom, I got blocked. That person blocked me. Yeah, so a lot longer video is needed. And the primary of this is for any of you listeners. The predicate of this channel is to help anyone who wants to listen learn of an alternative category to selling that is most likely cheaper than all other categories to buy. It's easier to picture, and likely, besides digital goods, it's cheapest to ship. It has a much, much, much faster selling rate. I have 2,800 listings, and I can barely keep up. And I have 900 sales. I don't care about your listings. Whatever you do, keep stuff out of the landfill. That's awesome. Make money for you. Help the economy. But as soon as you start fucking lying is when people don't like you. People don't trust you. And that goes with a lot of the bigger eBay YouTubers. I'm not going to mention them. Bigger, complete arbitrary number, not size. Bigger viewers that just concoct some sort of story. One, specifically, about the fees are going up by 35%. That's by a YouTuber with like 150,000 subs. He has a video that says fees are going up by 35%. Not 0.35, not a third, 35. And then people call him out on it, and he gets all defensive. It's like, dude, it's not 35%. It's, no, I know it's 30. Wow. And then you have the people like the, if you can understand this kind of rewording here, come together underground tree branches. Put those two together. Those two, poo-wee. You catch them up in a lie almost every other video. It's great. I just don't watch these people anymore. Because they will say something and there's nothing at all besides anecdotal to back up what they're saying. Nothing. Then you get ones that steal millions of dollars of Nikes and gets permabanned and goes on YouTube and completely complains about it, cries and cries, gets permabanned. There's very, very few honest. And I'm only saying honest in regards to the stories that they tell. Honest in their sales, who really aren't hiding things, who you can link to their eBay. You can find, you can corroborate their information. You can see their inventory, who walk around. There are some of those that are beyond extraordinarily annoying, that are barely even self-described pompous. Some even overwhelmingly pretentious. But they don't lie like a bunch of the other ones, like the Facebook and Instagram ones. So the point of what the longer video would be, a lot more elaborating on what I just said. This is kind of like a sneak peek. And it irks me because I call someone out, say, hey, stop lying. Stop fucking lying. It's going to get you further in life. I will guarantee it. You walk up to and you ask a million people, do you want to go walk over to that group of people that are known liars? Or do you want to go walk over to those people that are known not to lie? The group of people that will walk over with the liars are the liars. The vast majority will walk over to the people that are not liars, that are not deceiters, that are not doing things intentionally to deceive people, and say, learn how to be honest. Don't hide things. Don't make posts about things that don't or didn't fucking happen. And then you come over to my YouTube channel, because I posted something about my channel in the comments there, to those people who want to learn how to sell media and sell online and not get that information from a liar. He comes over to my YouTube channel, makes a few comments in yesterday's. One I had to delete. The other one I'm not worried about, but he was posing some threats. And I'm happy, man. I'm 6'4", 230 something. 46. Good, you're in your 20s and a known liar now. I'm not going to share your eBay. This is getting to be way too long of a fucking rant than what I wanted it to be. See, there's things that people don't share for a reason. Oh, this is a fun one to edit. But let's get back to why I make these videos. Find out what's sold. Strawberry Shortcake, little twofer DVD, 19. It's the one I've had for a while. It was in kind of the mid-range here. Box 13 tucked in the back. So I have to look at the date stamp to see really when. I'm going to guess probably like 6 months. Again, to me, a while is 6+ months for pretty much any media. A while for a book is like a year. Most disc media, if it's 6 months, that's a while. And why do I say a while like that? Because I use a scan. Most of the stuff I buy has 90-day sale history to it. So it should stand a chance to sell in 90 days. This Beatles Help little DVD, 25. Cool story. Not really cool, kind of a funny story. A user came in, asked me a question. Hey, does that come with the booklet? And I wrote, hey, there's a booklet in the picture? And they come back with, hey, you didn't have to be so rude. If you would have looked at the thumbnail picture. That's just like going up to someone who's trying to sell a car and be like, hey, does that car come with a body? I'm looking right at it. I just want to make sure it comes with it. I see it. Does it come with it? That is why, in all senses, eBay says in your main picture, include everything if you can. And this user has been around for like 15 years. The feedback was like 1,000 something like. We have Good Morning, Miss Bliss for 28. The top sale, the sale that's the last one I'm going to show, is the other Saved by the Bell. So sometimes that makes me wonder when things like this start to sell. Like I was watching one of the channels that I do watch. We were just kind of bringing up in the chat or in the comments that, you know, after an author or an actor or something like that passes, their stuff goes up. Like Toby Keith, Jimmy Buffett. I sold that one book for $230 or $280 or however much it was, the Fleetwood book. So the author, had passed 6 months prior. Any of his sales of his stuff before he passed, like that book was only like $50. He passed, and it was signed, and I don't remember if it was, either way, it was signed, he passed, value skyrocketed. So it makes me wonder, someone within the realms of Saved by the Bell passed. Shivworks DVD, 20. Magic the Gathering PC disc, I think the original one, $19. Herb Alpert and a Tijuana Brass. I never really listened to this type of brass music. Definitely has an interesting jingle. Has an electronica type feel. Electronica, I'm going to go with like Kraftwerk, like Germany Kraftwerk, that type of. And if you don't know Kraftwerk and that type of electronica from the 70s and 80s, give them a jingle. Autobahn. 13. Pleasure P. Intro Marcus Cooper CD. 23. This is one I just got, just listed. Best of Tyrone Davis CD. 19. Another one that I just got in the past couple days. Well, I wouldn't say that, but within a week. I got this one. I think this one and the Pleasure P were listed the same day. And the last copy of the Saved by the Bell for 35. So aside of the very, very early words, I'm trying to think of a good adjective, it's just a really good idea for me, an otherwise almost 30-year experienced reseller. This eBay account is 13. If you, not any of my beloved actual viewers, but if any of you naysayers really want to try to pick at it, I can get access to my Hotmail account, which I can. So aside of the very, very early rant, which I find to be extremely prudent, for me, an almost 30-year seller, doesn't mean I've been on eBay for damn near 30 years. My first sales were, it was money orders, and you wait for it to clear, postal money orders, you wait for it to clear, go to the post office, no tracking needed. There was no discounted tracking, nothing, none of that stuff, no photos. The final value fees on most things are 7-8 cents or 7-8%. The first class package, which at that point it was by per each ounce. Don't argue with stupid people. They'll beat you down with their experience being stupid. Don't try to help people that are intentionally and willfully naive. Inexperience is a different story. Trying to be better than other people when you're already naive is not a way to do it. That is like kid who plays t-ball. And that kid is telling Derek Jeter how to play baseball. He's telling Aaron Judge, this is how you need to actually bat. This is what you should do. Instead of listening and taking a little hint of advice to not lie. That's a good thing about people who have concealed carries. You don't know who has it. That's the thing about people who carry, larger knives. You don't know they have it. That's the thing about people who practice martial arts for a long time. So out of all that, I think it's going to be important to make a video to watch out for those people that are selling courses or apps that are out there, people that start to get too big for their own britches, that they start to get their little femdom get in their way. And always, if it's something that you don't know that's 100% absolutely true, and if you have any inkling of apprehension, ask questions and go straight to the horse's mouth. People are saying things about eBay changes. Go on their eBay group, Facebook, Instagram. There's a couple other social media sites that they're on. Go on eBay, go into the chat. That doesn't really help. Go into the forums. Find stuff out. Find those people who have like a lot of response indicator accolades. Ask them. Don't take advice from people who sell 10 remotes a month and dub themselves as the rock star of reselling. Dude, half the shit most of these people say is wrong. Some critical thinking. And some basic thinking. And another one, I'll kind of leave it off on this note. No, I'll save this next one because it's the one that is so outlandishly, if you know where to go, you can find that the claims that this person makes is so outlandish that it could be corroborated as false, as wrong, as incorrect, as fake, as a lie. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, feel free to comment, thumb your thingy, subscribe, share. I'll probably lose a few on this one. I might gain a bunch. I don't know. But I'm going to make a sellers beware type video. I'm going to want to type at least some generic stuff up on it. But get this stuff packaged. Got like 60 DVDs. That's stuff to get pictured, and maybe about 40 or 50 CDs. The 60 is enough for a day. We'll go for that. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.